Hello, welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us today. My name is Mohten and I have the pleasure of welcoming you all to this Cognite product tour about data-driven asset performance management. But before we begin the main event, I would like to draw your attention to some housekeeping matters. Today, we will cover about an hour of product and customer value-focused demonstrations. I also will be joined by my colleagues, Catherine Stentevold and Mario Spearman, who will be guiding you through the powerful key features and capabilities of our core product offerings that have allowed heavy asset companies to realize returns on investments of north of 400%. I'm also excited to share that you will hear from our partner, Pinnacle Reliability, who will be sharing how they're leveraging Cognite Data Fusion to deploy and scale their reliability solutions faster and more effectively than ever before. In addition, you will learn about customer value stories from OMV and Celanese about how they're leveraging Cognite Data Fusion to conduct safer and more efficient maintenance and operations in the field. This is a recording event, and it will be made available on demand afterwards. Questions and follow-ups are always welcome now and in the future on our customer community Cognite Hub, which you can always find at hub.cognite.com. So let's talk about APM. Asset performance management, as many of you are familiar with, is about achieving valuable business outcomes on extending the productive lifetime of equipment and maximizing labor productivity by facilitating employee upskilling and improving resilience during workforce shortages, removing waste and inefficiencies of costly maintenance programs, gaining confidence that equipment is operating safely and consistently, and achieving the best possible efficiency and productivity by increasing uptime and minimizing the frequency and severity of unplanned events and downtimes. If you are in an industrial operation environment, then you probably experienced frustration by the lack of speed to deliver value from your digital transformation efforts, and you're well aware that implementing and scaling data-driven APM strategies does not happen by itself, and it's sometimes painful. Today, we're going to show you how you can reduce the time to deploy APM solutions to 1/10. So at the core of APM and its return on investment challenges is the industrial data problem. Multiple data repositories, a lack of data contextualization and trust, insights locked into vendor-specific systems, and in turn, ineffective siloed dashboards and analytics that never scale. When a customer spends 90% of their time on searching, preparing, and governing data, there's really little time left to actually invest in gaining better and data-driven insights. APM success depends on solving these industrial data problems, and that's why Cognite's approach to APM places an open industrial digital twin at its core. And this industrial digital twin is the aggregation of all possible data types and sources, data sets, both historical and real-time, related to a given physical asset or a set of assets in a single unified location. Cognite Data Fusion enables you to bring all of your data into a single repository, automatically contextualizing it, and rapidly building use cases to improve the performance of your heavy assets. Cognite Data Fusion also enables and has enabled some of the world's most innovative and most valuable companies to build, operationalize, and scale hundreds of different data-driven solutions, including those critical to APM. Moreover, Cognite Data Fusion is open, it's interoperable, and it's extensible to seamlessly integrate with your existing portfolio of APM tools, which is quite important. And it also provides your trusted partners with scalable foundation for solution delivery without vendor lock-ins. Now, Mario Spearman joins me to guide us through how Cognite Data Fusion can help your organization realize and scale your APM objectives and aspirations, along with our ecosystem of complementary apps, partners, and industry standard tooling. Take it away, Marius.
Thank you, Mo. Hello, everyone. My name is Marius Bierman, and I am a product manager here at Cognite. Realizing ROI from our asset performance management investments starts with solving the industrial data problem. I'm going to show you how Cognite Data Fusion unifies reliability, maintenance, and operations data to create an open industrial digital twin, or a common industrial data foundation. This digital twin provides a single, trusted data foundation for operations and analytics across assets and facilities. It ensures industry experts spend seconds and not hours to find and understand the data they need. Digital twins provides a means to codify domain expertise, continuously enrich your industrial data foundation, and leverage new technologies for better data capture and safer operations. And an open, extensible digital twin allows your organization to work with preferred industry standard tooling and visualization software along with trusted partners. The first critical component of a successful asset performance management strategy is to improve asset reliability and health monitoring. Providing your organization and expert equipment providers with data-driven insights about what should be done to ensure predictive, cost-efficient, and safe operations. Equipment monitoring rules, alerts, and dashboards provide the means by which asset-heavy organizations can optimize asset reliability. With Cognite Data Fusion, it's easy to host, configure, and manage equipment monitoring models and jobs. Subject matter experts can create thresholds monitoring jobs to monitor trends and on their own, no coding required. By making data monitoring and proven visualization solutions more accessible, industrial organizations may support their shift from reactive and corrective maintenance to preventative condition-based maintenance. A major step in ensuring data-driven uptime and asset longevity. When it comes to scalability of equipment monitoring across our fleet of equipment and assets, we must have the means to account for the messiness of real-world industrial data. Equipment comes from different manufacturers with a variety of failure modes, performance curves, failure mechanisms, which must be represented digitally to establish trust and quality in any data-driven solution. Cognite Data Fusion makes it simple to build, populate, and contextualize data across source systems into one or more domain data models. These data models are optimized to be reused across hundreds of solution data models of various sizes and can be tailored to match your industrial reality. Choose from industry standards such as ISO or SHIFOS, or import and define a custom model to fit your organization's equipment monitoring needs and expectations. The ability to perform effective, timely root cause analysis is a crucial aspect of mitigating risk and setting preventative actions. This is only possible if the necessary data is easily available. Without a siloed data foundation, subject matter experts will need to go into 3 separate source systems to find asset information, time series data, and documents. With Cognite Data Fusion serving as the industrial data layer, subject matter experts have simple access to complex industrial data. Anyone in your organization can seamlessly work with data from across IT, OT, and engineering systems to gain an accurate and comprehensive view of the industrial reality. This includes equipment information, time series data, interactive engineering diagrams, 3D models, point clouds, and much more. Using this contextual understanding, subject matter experts can troubleshoot and resolve issues in a fraction of the time. Some of our customers have been able to reduce the time to identify root causes by over 50%. Cognite Data Fusion, no-code interfaces, and analytics tools allow subject matter experts to work hands-on with industrial data. Overlay event and time series data to see the effects of maintenance events or unplanned downtime. Build simple or robust calculations to create new, more valuable insights, critical for safe and reliable operations. We are proud to welcome our partner, Pinnacle Reliability, who are sharing a deep dive and demonstration about their reliability offering and how they are combining reliability expertise with the power of liberated contextualized data and Cognite Data Fusion.
Hi, I'm Louis Macon, and I'm a partner here at Pinnacle, and I'm excited to share with you guys on how we make data-driven reliability a reality. In the world of reliability and maintenance, we're constantly challenged with maximizing our uptime, reducing our downtime, and doing it in the most cost-effective way. Unfortunately, there are many challenges to doing that today. If we look across the 3 areas that we see the most challenges with our customers, we break it down into 3 themes. The first theme is focused on work processes. And today we see that many are very disconnected between fixed equipment and non-fixed, which basically means that our managers spend significant time prioritizing decisions and lack a clear visibility into prioritizing which actions are most impactful. The second piece that we see is data is siloed and static. There's a significant amount of time that is spent by our experts today that are just combing through data instead of using that time to spend in analyzing the right decisions. And finally, a lot of the analysis that we do today is focused on the asset level, the pump, the fixed equipment. Where we see improvement is actually focusing on the system level and bringing data to that to make a better aggregated decision more holistically. So let's jump in. All right, the first screen that we're showing here is our Newton analytics dashboard. And we've got a demonstration unit here. And I want to kind of bring you guys to the top of the screen where the first thing that we're doing is showcasing the availability forecast in time for this unit. On the right side, we've got our top 10 contributors to downtime, which is a combination of both fixed and non-fixed equipment. Here you can see that we have our tower and then a couple pumps, and then the percentage impact that we're currently calculating that this is going to have on the system as a whole. One of the unique things about Newton is that it takes all of the individual asset probability of failures and then rolls those up to a system-wide holistic view. And so what that gives us is this screen that you see today, where we can look holistically across a unit or any given system. It doesn't have to be a specific size, really just the system that you want to view, and then forecast what we believe that availability of that unit is going to be. The other interesting thing that we're able to do as well, as I can kind of showcase this to you guys, is we overlay that kind of projection with all of the different downtimes that we have, whether it's a turnaround or squat. And so it really enables your maintenance and reliability business teams to really understand, okay, where am I at today? And then also where am I going to be in the future? The next element of this, and this is really where we see a lot of the power with the Cognite Data Fusion Engine, really enriching the environment that we provide to our customers. One of the things I want to show you here today on this screen is our system model. And so basically what we do is we ingest all of the relational aspects of our equipment and we build that into our application today, okay? So you've got your pumps, your pipes, your towers, your fixed equipment, and all of that is connected into a reliability flow diagram. And this is what you can see here today. One of the powers of sitting on top of the Cognite Data Fusion Engine is that we're able to leverage all of the metadata associated to all of those pieces of equipment and bring that to the forefront of our users or our customers. The first interesting thing that we're able to do, if I kind of click here and I can want to look at maybe different results of our engine. So if I want to look at corrosion rate, for example, I can do that across all of my assets. If I want to look at my economic risk across all of my assets, I can do that. If I want to look at all of my safety, health, environmental risk across my assets, I can do that as well. And as you can see, this data is pulling from that Cognite Data Fusion Engine, which is storing all of those results, and we're then able to color code that across the entire unit. Again, enabling a reliability and maintenance manager, a very quick and easy tool to kind of just zoom in, jump in and say, okay, today what's showing red, what's showing yellow, what's showing green. The next thing we're able to do is actually search for and look at specific pieces of equipment. So I'm going to jump here to a pump that I've pre-selected. And then we're actually on corrosion rate right now, but let's jump to maybe the SHE risk here. And you can see that that color adjusts, right? One of the interesting things here that if I click on this pump, as I already have selected, we've already contextualized all of the SAP records from this pump and actually visualize that here on the front end of our application as well. And again, because all of this data, CDF is acting as this master aggregator, it's pulling in and we're now able to use that and visualize that for our end customers. And so you can see here the start date and all of the associated metadata that we can customize for customers to see and basically tailor their experience. The other interesting thing that we can do is we can pull all of the different time series data associated with this asset. So here you can see the different temperature readings on this pump, maybe a couple different sensors on the bearings. And again, we can see all of that time series data real time as it's ingested through CDF. The next aspect that we've contextualized is all of our documentation. For this example, we put together a quick P&ID, but very easily as a user, I can jump in, understand where this pump is in relation to other pieces of equipment. And the other thing that you're seeing here is one of our deliverables, which we call our circuitized P&IDs, which is breaking out also all of the different piping components into their different corrosion loops and failure loops as well. So again, enriching that experience that's provided to our customers. And then finally, any other metadata that we want to view or see that's contextualized to that piece of equipment, we can do so very easily and very quickly. Now, looking at information is great, but the real power of CDF and putting that on with Newton is we're now able to drive future and more predictive analytics. So let's now jump into this pump. So here I'm going to open up what we call our asset risk assessment. And the first landing screen you're going to see here is our results page. So this is now for the specific pump. And real quick, I can look at different components of that pump. I can look at my bearings, I can look at the seal, I can also look at the impeller. I can look at any different type of failure mode or component that I want and look and model that. One of the interesting things that we're able to do here is essentially look at all of the component risk over time and all of the different components and their impact of failure on that specific pump. And so you can see here as we kind of scroll down on this table, we're pulling in all of the percentage and the predicted unplanned events associated to each component. And what's really neat about this is each component can then be modeled down to the specific data that's actually driving that failure mode. And so on this component, which we're looking at the bearings, you can see here what we've got, which we call the lifetime variability curve, or LVC. The LVC is a predictive model that we're essentially ingesting the RMS velocity readings, again, from CDF, real-time, live data, and our model is taking that, it's calculating an algorithm, and it's basically projecting in the future a probability of failure for this specific component. This is very similar to the way that we track hurricanes here in the US, where if they're out in the Atlantic, we have a little bit of data, and there's a very broad range that we can potentially fail. As we collect more and more data, that cone of uncertainty, that blue shaded area, is going to refine over time. Why is this important? Because just like the availability projections that we did on the overall unit, we can also start to outline all of our downtimes. And so this is really, really powerful for your turnaround managers, for your integrated event managers, to really understand, okay, if I need to go and fix this piece of equipment, or I need to do preventative maintenance, today, using real data, live data, what is the potential that this asset is going to fail? And we're tracking that and updating that real time using this approach. So this is just one example where we're leveraging the LVC. We turn that LVC into a probability of failure curve for that component, and then obviously bring all of those components together to then project out all of the different components and risk over time. What this enables us to do is now this pump, in essence, has a prediction of failure at a certain point of time and a probability associated to that. We then roll that up back into the system model, and then because we've connected the pump to the pipe to the drum and all these different equipment, we're now able to look across the entire system and then start prioritizing things back to this overall dashboard, which I showed to you guys at the start. So again, just wanted to kind of showcase just a quick product that we've developed on top of CDF and the enrichment that that's provided. And we think this is very powerful for the end customer. So thank you again, and look forward to talking to you guys more.
A big thank you to our guest from Pinnacle Reliability for that great presentation. Now that we've covered reliability, let's turn our attention to the maintenance domain. Asset-heavy organizations face numerous challenges when it comes to optimizing the way they perform maintenance. Large and ever-expanding maintenance backlogs, high costs and effort of planning, and an abundance of silos and suboptimal workflows relying on Excel-heavy processes have resulted in more downtime and delays in execution. Cognite Data Fusion makes it possible for industrial organizations to share previously siloed information and improve backlog prioritization, work preparation, and activity sequencing. To ensure plant stability and maintenance process optimization, we offer a dedicated, complementary solution that is fully integrated with our industrial DataOps platform, Cognite Maintain. Cognite Maintain is an AI-enhanced planning application that helps asset operators optimize efficiency and reduce waste by enabling efficient scoping, planning, and execution of maintenance work. Let's delve into some of the concrete offerings within this industry application. Cognite Maintain leverages the fully contextualized data in Cognite Data Fusion that has been liberated from their siloed source systems. This makes it possible to display a list of work orders prioritized by, among others, risk factors, and maps them to an intuitive 3D asset model for an optimal real-world frame of reference. This planning optimization workflow is supported by AI-driven suggestions to ensure the best possible maintenance outcome. Cross-functional alignment is made simple thanks to a built-in overview that identifies resource constraints and dependencies. Cognite Maintain also allows planners to define the best possible sequence of work based on key criteria such as process links, proximity, simultaneous operation parameters, material status, and more. By bundling maintenance activities, planners can easily assess resource needs and receive assistance to identify clashes and opportunities for optimization in the existing maintenance schedule. As maintenance planners conduct more effective backlog prioritization, work preparation, sequencing, and bundling of work orders, the maintenance team can work in sync with other departments to help lower execution costs and ultimately increase production efficiency. Cognite Maintain places a powerful and fully contextualized digital twin in the hands of your maintenance experts to save valuable time during the planning process. Planners can plan corrective work in context thanks to access to all relevant data in a user-friendly interface. Leverage visual data resources while planning and preparing for maintenance activities by seamlessly transitioning between 3D models, interactive 2D PNIDs, and documents, and even photogrammetry renderings of the as-is asset to gain an accurate understanding of the industrial reality. Experts can perform isolation planning and line walks in a collaborative digital workspace, as well as visualize and annotate engineering diagrams from numerous sources for improved work order quality. Before I hand it over to Katrine Stenstavol to discuss the operations domain, we are proud to introduce OMV, who will be sharing how they have realized value by optimizing the way they do maintenance and integrity to ensure the most accurate and up-to-date information is only a click away.
In the use case for planning, inspections, and maintenance, we've seen a 50% reduction in the planning time. Cognite Data Fusion was also responsible for a 6% deferment savings on production. OMV is an integrated oil and gas company, an energy company with a transition into new energies. I look after the maintenance and integrity side of the business, where we're trying to optimize the way we do our maintenance, the way we do integrity, trying to get the most accurate, up-to-date information and being able to find the data. That's, having data one click away has always been our objective. And I think using Cognite Data Fusion, it enabled having all the up-to-date relevant documents, PNIDs, isometric drawings, standards in one place where we knew they were the accurate ones.
Then we can fuse all of this together and get them a really good understanding how will all of these work orders affect their production and how can they plan these work orders in the optimal way so that they can minimize the deferments in production.
On an offshore platform with multiple layers, sometimes you can not know exactly where a piece of pipe goes from one layer to the next. Being able to go onto a platform, fly through the 3D model, go to the location they want, click on the vessel or the piece of equipment and have all the access to all the data they need from all the relevant systems.
It enables the business value for our integrated activity planning, where we try to optimize end-to-end from the well site to the export point, the whole production system.
It goes into making sure that we've got a safe and reliable plant and also trying to reduce deferments for production.
The roots of OMV are with oil and gas. Nevertheless, all what we have built together in the collaboration with Cognite is not tied to oil and gas. We are on the move towards green energy through different energy sources like geothermal, but also projects like carbon capture and storage. And all what we have developed with Cognite, we are able to utilize for that technology and for that alternative production of energy as well.
As we add more and more sensors and real-life data into Cognite Data Fusion, we also see the scalability of how Cognite can be used in other countries, other assets, other facilities, to make sure that we can maximize the value of a single tool.
Thank you, OMV. Now I'll hand it over to Katrine Stenstavål to talk more about the operations domain.
Hello, my name is Katrine Stenstavål, and I'm the lead product manager of our application portfolio. Thank you very much to OMV for sharing their inspiring accomplishments within maintenance and integrity. So we've now come to the third and final step along the industrial improvement process, to ensure efficient production and execution within safe operational parameters. Cognite Data Fusion allows asset-heavy organizations to support field executions across operations, maintenance, and integrity, as well as capturing relevant data from the field to improve your overall asset performance and availability. During our latest webinar with Forrester, presenting deep dive into the total economic impact of Cognite Data Fusion, Paul Miller, the Vice President and Principal Analyst at Forrester, he discussed the trend of balancing the automation triangle. Paul noted and highlighted the importance of finding the right balance between investments in hardware automation, things like robots and drones, software automation, with like AI and machine learning, and the skills of your human workforce. It's not about replacing all people with robots. Rather, it's about finding the appropriate balance to draw upon the unique capabilities that each brings to the conversation. Cognite Infields equips your field workers for digital transformation. This red dot design awarded application is tailor-made for your field workers to utilize, whether they are in front of a desktop computer in the office or on their mobile phones and tablets while walking on the shop floor. Remember the work order your maintenance planner scheduled via Cognite Maintain? With a click of a button, it becomes a checklist, typically a to-do list, that is readily available to field personnel for execution during their next round. Once the frontline workers are in the field, performing these specific tasks and checklists, complex industrial data from across system is readily available. This data can be things like process data, documents, drawings, images, and of course 3D diagrams are safely controlled of the latest and most up-to-date information. Tags in the field can be scanned to easily read the live sensor data to ensure equipment is safe to work on. And of course, all of the isolation plans and step-by-step maintenance instructions are just a few taps away. With Cognite Infield's smart reporting capabilities, all the feedback and status updates are captured and contextualized instantly so your teams can consistently improve your maintenance and integrity strategy. Moving from maintenance, let's take a look on the operator rounds. There is a tremendous potential for value creation by digitalizing operator rounds, which traditionally rely on mountains of paper, spreadsheets, and complicated processes. Cognite Infield allows for the digital creation, scheduling, and assignment of operator rounds. Routine rounds can be saved as templates and then automatically scheduled or assigned to specific users or disciplines that is required. Ensuring routine rounds are transformed from a paper-based manual process to one that is digital, simple, and scalable. Execution and reporting are built into the application, and all relevant data is readily available at the operator's fingertips in a user interface that is tailor-made for use in the rugged industrial field scenarios, of course, while wearing safety gear. Like all solutions in Cognite's ecosystem, Cognite Infield is built on top of the same industrial data foundation. This ensures that the digital twin is continuously enriched and new data is contextualized as the operators take instrument readings, snap photographs of the equipment, and submit comments during routine rounds. This will provide operational insights for the broader organization to make better decisions and to bring the office and the field closer together. We do, though, believe the future of industrial operations is safer and more efficient. Automated operator rounds performed by robots, drones, and other new technologies will play a crucial role, both to free up valuable time from subject matter experts from performing simple routine tasks and to reduce the time they spend in the dangerous areas. More frequent and richer data capture also becomes possible. Again, it's about striking the appropriate balance between hardware automation, software automation, and of course, human expertise. We have built a dedicated application to help asset-heavy organizations get value out of your robot deployments, so Cognite in robots. You can configure and deploy your robots, execute robotics missions, and remotely take control at any point in time. Performing daily visual operator rounds with available data through a simple UI for on-site and remote process operators. Facilitate robot-assisted observations in the field under the teleoperation of the robot, particularly in situations where it previously required your people to enter dangerous and hazardous environments. You can also set up condition monitoring based on extracted values from dials, digital and level gauges, and of course also thermal cameras. Your digital twin is continuously updated with this data and is made readily available and accessible to all who need it. Regardless of whether you are just starting including robotics and autonomous workflows in your operations, or if you're reaching a higher level of maturity with proven success cases, Cognite Data Fusion ensures you have invested in an appropriate, open and scalable industrial data foundation. With Cognite Data Fusion, robots become a valuable resource for continuous data enrichment and improvements, of course, rather than physical walking data silos. Moving from the robotics theme, we are now proud to take you to the folks at Celanese, who will be sharing about how they are empowering their people to be excellent at making data-driven decisions to become a digitalization leader in the manufacturing industry.
I support the Asset South unit operation from an engineering standpoint.
I plan and coordinate maintenance and project activities.
I oversee, the maintenance tasks that we get done.
And I'm responsible for studying why things fail and try to come up with solutions.
My focus is really on people, ensuring that people have what they need.
My role is to make sure that my team has all of the tools that they need to be able to continue to run the units in the most efficient and effective manner possible.
Finding data now is very difficult. You either have to know who has it or exactly where to go get it.
So on a day-to-day basis, I use Pi, Bentley, Visio, Word.
Data historian, Excel, manual entries on paper.
Get documentation from ProjectWise, get different sets of documentation from our paper files, different sets of documentation from land drives.
They have to go into 1,000,001 systems.
Oftentimes, it takes more time to actually pull all of the data together from the different sources than it does take to analyze them to understand what's going on.
Celanese is on a digital transformation journey. Our digital strategy will enable us to be consistent, reliable, and predictable with reduced costs and optimized manufacturing operations. But the key to our success is not in one application. It is in each and every one of our people. A successful transformation doesn't just mean a positive financial impact. We're on a mission to transform our people by giving them new tools to do even better work more easily with the power of data, analytics, and artificial intelligence. Digital transformation isn't a one-time event. It's about putting data into the hands of every one of our experts. The most valuable asset Celanese has is our people. Digitalization gives us the opportunity to transform the work our people do.
From the beginning, Celanese knew that a successful digital transformation requires the ability to move with speed and innovate at scale while keeping their employees at the center of the experience. We're working with Celanese to achieve their plant of the future. Cognite Data Fusion provides the foundation needed to build tailored solutions that increase operational efficiency, accelerate research and innovation, and deliver new services. We're working to put the power of digital innovation into the hands of all Celanese experts, providing digital tools that help keep employees physically and emotionally engaged wherever they are working.
Now with the data availability all in one location at everyone's fingertips, we are allowed to spend more time actually creating solutions for problems instead of trying to figure out what the problem is.
I can click once and I can see all of the data versus having to go to multiple places. It just gives me time back.
Having a robot dog to go read a gauge every couple of hours makes a whole lot more sense than me having one of my process experts go and do it. So now the process expert can be doing something that's really much more value added to the team.
So one of the really exciting things that we've been working on right now is an application allowing us to digitize those operator rounds that we take and get that data real time. The piece of equipment that it's tied to, we can click on in the 3D model and we can see all of the work notifications that are associated with it.
I can open a piece of equipment, I can push it, and I can look at all the functional locations, P&ID numbers.
I can just hold down control, click all the pieces of equipment that I'm interested in, and have all that data at my fingertips.
But the real value to me is the time that we're going to give engineers back to really have them lean into data and expand their knowledge and the capabilities, not just of themselves, but of the plant as well.
Analyzing data is fun. It's a big part of why I wanted to be an engineer, and using this software allows me to do more of that.
Celanese is paving the way to a more digital business, enabling improved decision-making on the right data at the right time and in the right place, so that Celanese can improve reliability and operational excellence and continue to manufacture quality products safely.
Thank you all for joining our Asset Performance Management product tour. And a special thank you to our guest speaker, Lewis Macon at Pinnacle Reliability, as well as the folks at OMV and Celanese for sharing their value stories with all of us. As this product tour comes to a close, we would like to draw your attention to select resources that you may be interested in. Questions and follow-up discussions are always welcome at any point in time on our fully open user community Cognite Hub, available at hub.cognite.com. For a deep dive on the quantified return on investment enterprises may realize by deploying Cognite Data Fusion for their industrial data operations practices, you will find everything you need in the Total Economic Impact Study by Forrester. And last but not least, if you want to learn about the implications of ChatGPT and GPT-4 on asset performance management, be sure to read our latest blog post for a conversation between Petteri Vannika, our CMO, and Geir Engdahl, our CTO, about whether this is the iPhone moment for digital transformation. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to engaging with you again soon.